Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Hope y'all had an absolutely incredible Saturday. I know I did. They always say the grind doesn't stop, and so that's pretty much what I've been doing today. But I'm not going to be up here talking to you guys at all. I'm about to move out my way. For a lot of you guys, you already know who I am. I'm assistant coach Kevin Howe, and then you also got on the live call today your head coach Coach Devon King. And so, what we wanted to do for you guys today is we wanted to give you an experience that I know will actually stay with you for a long time. This young lady I'm about to introduce you to is somebody who I've got a great deal of love and respect for, somebody who is one of the funniest people, one of the funniest people I ever know. But somebody who understands the philosophy that hard work pays off. I'll let her tell her story and all that, but she's definitely someone who I've grown to grown to have loved, man, like a sister, man. I tell you, man, this young lady has done a lot of the things that you guys aspire to do, and she's know how to transfer the success of what she did as a basketball player in her real world, in her real life as well. And so without further ado, before I even bring her up, we got to make sure that we bring a great deal of energy into the chat. So y'all drop some 111s in the chat real quick for this young lady. This young lady is, like I said, somebody who you guys will absolutely learn a ton of value from. But also she is definitely going to make you laugh probably too. So all right, so I appreciate y'all showing that big energy. So thank you guys for showing this energy to none other than Miss Markita Woods. Are you on the line, ma'am?
What up?
What up?
Absolutely, I'm in the building.
All right, cool.
All right, I hear a little echo going. That's all good.
All right, I'm a spotlight you. Perfect.
Okay, that's what's up.
And the call's all yours, ma'am.
All right. Thank you so much for having me. I see you over there, dressed like the. I ain't even gonna mess with you today.
Talk to me like that.
Nah, I ain't never seen you in the shirt and the tie like that, man. I'm like, okay, I see your red jacket come through. What you out here? What you about to usher the game or something? Usher the usher board today? What's going on?
I had a meeting before this call. Had a presentation.
Oh, okay. All good. Ladies, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for having me and allowing me to come share some words of encouragement, some words of inspiration. I too have grown to love Kev like a brother. So when he said, hey, I think the girls would glean something from you, I'm always willing to share. So my name is Markita Aldridge Woods. Soon to be back to Markita Aldridge, but that's not for this type of call. And I'm the author, soon to be author of the book called Hoop Dreams, the Mortgage Queen. So just sharing my journey from being a professional basketball player to now the self-proclaimed mortgage queen. So I was like, I need to have receipts. So yes, I wanted y'all to see this in the back. That's my jersey framed. That's also my college basketball. But I was like, let me show them I still can fit the jersey, still got the jersey on. So I was like, I'm rocking the jersey today. I'm coming in this thing all the way in uniform. All right. So how's y'all season going so far? Let me know. Good, bad, indifferent. What's going on? You can drop it in the chat. You can unmute, whatever you want to do. So how's the season going? Thumbs up, thumbs down, somewhere in the middle? That's right. Stacy said, let's go. That's from, oh, good. Okay. That's what's up. All right. Thumbs up. Yeah. Keep it up. Keep it up. All right. It's good. That's good. That's good. Okay. I love that. So I'm always encouraged when the young ladies play basketball, because when I came up, we played basketball, but we were like outcasts, right? Like if you were a hooper, they was trying to hate on you a little bit, but nonetheless, that's okay. So how many of you aspire to play at the next level? Drop some ones in the chat. And the next level might just be in college, whether that's in the pros. If you want to play in the next level, drop some ones in the chat. It's been okay. Great teammates. Oh, I love that, Hannah. That's what's up. 111. Okay. 111. All right, cool. So I'm going to share my journey. So Emma said, yep, I'm trying to do this at the next level. Oh, I don't know how to pronounce that. Gamalier? I hope I said G. G said 111. Definitely trying to play at the next level. Sydney's iPhone wants to definitely hoop on the next level. So that's what's up. That's what's up. So, um, my name is again Markita Woods, and I'm affectionately known as the Queen of Mortgages. I actually grew up in Detroit, so that's the city where we say what up, though. So I'm saying what up, though, to y'all. And I started off as playing basketball in high school, and quite honestly, I had wrote a letter, y'all. Check this. I had wrote a letter um, about what you want to be. You know how they had you do that in class, what you want to be when you grow up type stuff, right? Everybody got to do a biography, write some paragraphs. Y'all might not even have to do that right now. But nonetheless, I had wrote this letter saying that I wanted to be a professional basketball player. But little did I know at the time that the WNBA, none of this was even thought about, right? So I just thought I would go overseas. I was going to be a professional basketball player. And that was really my main singular focus. First, to get out of the city of Detroit, a place where beauty one's low for the most part, kind of hood, kind of ghetto, raised by a single parent. My mom was a waitress for 30 years for IHOP. I actually was raised on pancakes and tips, and I'm proud of it because she taught me about the hustle, about the grind. So y'all got a little step above with that because I know some of y'all parents on here. Hey, ain't no IHOPs up in here, but that's all good. But nonetheless, I grew up, I went to Detroit Martin Luther King High School. If you know anything about Martin Luther King, that's always going to be the bad side of town, right? So if the street name Martin Luther King, it's more than likely in the hood. So I went to Martin Luther King High School, graduated. We were state
Breaking up,
championship. What's that?
breaking up a little bit.
Crank it up.
No, I said, yeah, you could do that too, though, but you was breaking up a little bit.
Oh,
Man,
breaking up. Oh man, that's this busted Verizon Wi-Fi.
thought it
That's
was
that's that's probably the busted Verizon Wi-Fi, and I'm sure both my kids are on the game screaming and cussing at somebody right now. I know y'all play that game too, probably. So they up there playing. What is it called? What's the game's called? 2K. What is
Mhm.
it? Is that what y'all play? 2K, Call of Duty or something like that. So is it? I'm okay now.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
All right, cool, cool. Sorry about that. All right, cool. So yeah. So nonetheless, went on to Martin Luther King. We won the state championship. That year, I was named Miss Basketball. Miss Basketball is the highest honor in the state of Michigan. And of course, my son's calling me now, and I can't help him. Hold on one sec. All right, sorry about that. So, um, to this day, no other person from the Detroit Public School League has been able to win Miss Basketball. So I take that as a true honor. I was inducted to the Detroit Hall of Fame as far as basketball is concerned. But how I got there, it seems all good. It seems like, you see at the end, you just see the end product. You see the jersey now. You see the people run out on the court. But nobody really shares or talks about the work that goes in on the back end, the commitment that happens on the back end, the friends I had to lose on the back end to get what I wanted, to go where I wanted to go. And guess what? I'm still cool to this day with that sacrifice, right? So sometimes it's not going to be the popular thing. Like playing basketball right now might not be the most popular thing. All the girls want to be cheerleaders, right? But y'all out here balling, doing something different. Don't worry about that. You got to put your blinders on and just stay committed and focused to what you actually want to do. So I commend you all for, if it's a different path, taking that actual path. So I went on to UNC Charlotte. My second year at UNC Charlotte was where I went to college. I received a full ride, y'all. I would have never went to college if I didn't receive that scholarship. I still probably be in Detroit right now if I didn't receive that scholarship. So basketball helped me get a scholarship. I got a full ride. I ended up with a 4-year degree. But something happened my second year playing. My second year playing, guess what happened, y'all? Anybody can guess. Drop it in the chat, unmute. Into my sophomore year. Guess what happened? It just happened recently to somebody. I got the juju. Y'all see that? Juju went down. I had an ACL tear. But not only did I tear my ACL, I tore my LCL and my PCL. Now, you're like, what is all of that? So the ACL is the main ligament. I tore the ones on the side too. Like totally, when somebody say I blew my knee out, yeah, my knee had a crash out. For real. So I blew my knee out, my knee straight crashed out. And at that point, I was like, oh my God, like this is the first time that I'm not going to have basketball, which was my best friend, which was my coping mechanism, which was everything, right? So I had to really step back. And I know that for a fact that Juju, that happened to her, prayers, but she gonna come back better and stronger and gonna have more appreciation for the game. See, because you taking it for granted that you can run out and play and get ready and go and play in the game. But when you tear your ACL and you get injured like that, they talking to you like you might not never play the game again. So if somebody said that to you before a game, you never gonna be able to play again. How would you approach the game different when it was time to play? How would you even approach the practice different? If you knew this game you say you love, you can't play it right now. You can't even practice. You can't even shoot a jump shot. You getting wheeled around the campus in a wheelchair, right? You would approach it different. So that happened to me. And at the time, the coach was the Charlotte Hornets doctor. He said, you know what? Players don't come back from this injury. Not all three. People don't come back from this. So this might be it. I'm going to do my best. I'm going to go in there. I'm clean everything up. I'm one of the greatest surgeons, but this one of them ones, yeah, this a doozy right here. And I said, that's cool, doc, but you don't know me like that. I'm not everybody. I'm not other people. You just do your part and I'm going to do my part. So nonetheless, I did come back. Go gadget leg came back like the AI on them, right? So the knee got stronger. In one of those pictures you might have saw in the video, I was in college and I had the basketball and I had on a brace on one leg and a knee pad on the other, a knee sleeve on the other. But that was all right. I was still out there. I still came back stronger, better, and everything. But what I didn't know, sometimes, ladies, God has timing that you don't understand or see. Everything works for the good when you're willing to put in the work. So I was able to come back from that. But guess what happened right around that time? Right around that time, professional basketball in America. So I stayed in school 1 year extra, and that 1 year extra allowed me to come out of school, graduate, and at that time, they were actually giving people money to play basketball in America. Now, I remember, I wrote that letter. I said I was going to play professional basketball. I just never thought the opportunity was going to be right here in my backyard. So that 1 extra year of sitting out, getting better, coming back with the Terminator knee, all worked out. So I played in the American Basketball League. Do y'all know anything? Have y'all ever heard of the American Basketball League? Drop some ones in the chat if you've heard of it. I expect I'll hear nothing in the chat. So the true legit basketball league first in America was called the ABL. It was sponsored by two rich cats out in California that got tired of seeing women have to go overseas. It was sponsored by Reebok. At that time, that was the AI. Okay, so Mia heard of it. That's what's up. So I played in the American Basketball League. It was 80 players. 80 players. That's it. It was only 4 teams, 10 players, couple of backups. So 80 players, 4 on the west, 4 on the east, 4 teams on each side, 10 players on each team. Each team has some practice players. So I went through a tryout to get drafted into the ABL. I went through girls. I went through 8 tryouts in 4 days. 8 tryouts in 4 days. Oh, and let me tell y'all how they was playing us, right? So, if you go to a tryout, they give you that little thing, put your number on, pin it on the back of the front, right? And then after it's over, what do they usually do? They put the numbers on the wall of who gets to come back the next day, right? Or who's coming back to the next session. Like, they don't just cut you and be like, 32, you're out of here, right? So you go see if your number's there. So I'm hyped, like, okay, the first day after each session, my name is there. So what I'm finding out, though, towards the end is if you go to a trial and the numbers start at 100 and numbers are being taken away, what should be happening to the amount of people that are there? It should be dropping because less numbers are on the board. But what they actually were doing, y'all, let me tell you how they played us. They had us actually going through, and then they were bringing in fresh legs. So if you started off on day one, you was considered like the weakest tier. Then day two was the next tier of players. So they were bringing in fresh legs for each trial. But it didn't matter. I was pumping up my Reebok pumps and giving them chicks work. It didn't even matter at that time. But nonetheless, I made it to the last day. The coach said, hey, we're going to draft you in the second round. The Richmond Rage. As a matter of fact, yo people, Kev. Richmond Rage talking about they were gonna draft me in the second round if I was still available. So I'm thinking like feeling real good about myself. It's 100 players, you know what I'm saying? 80 of us are still here. It's gonna be 80 players. People like Dawn Staley, Lisa Leslie, Rebecca Lobo, they all signed up to play with the American Basketball League. But let me tell y'all what happened. The WNBA, the NBA started looking bad. Like, how y'all the world-class league and these people starting a league for women over here and y'all the NBA and don't have a women's league. So this not cool. So they retreated and said, okay, we're going to start the WNBA. Not in 1998. We're going to start it in, wait, that's a lot. Okay, so 1998, we're going to start our league. The ABL is scheduled to start in 1996, right? 97. So that's how long it is. But I'm just giving you some backstory for real. So all out of those three players, Dawn Staley, Lisa Leslie, Rebecca Lobo, Cheryl Swoops at the time, remember they had the swoop shoe, were all supposed to play in the ABL. But then the WNBA got in their ear, offered them a little money and said, no, don't, wait on us to come out with our league, right? So it was only one player out of those four mega names. Y'all heard them names before. There was only one player out of those four that actually kept their word since they signed with the ABL and said, thank you for the opportunity to play at home. Who y'all think that was? I just told y'all the names. Lisa Leslie, Lobo, Staley, Swoops. Drop in the chat who you think it was that kept their word, that signed the contract and didn't renege just because now the NBA is looking stupid. I know y'all can type fast. Somebody said Lobo. Y'all be texting all the time. No, y'all can type faster than that. Lisa, okay, cool. Give me two more. Lisa, okay. Lisa, okay. So everybody felt like Lisa Leslie kept her word. Y'all are wrong. The only one that kept their word and played in the ABL, because that's what she committed to, was Dawn Staley. And if you look up right now, who we about to watch in the Final Four with their team on tomorrow? Dawn Staley. Who done dropped 4 Final Fours on them? Dawn. And I'm not nixing none of the other ones. I just want y'all to see the bigger picture of things, right? When you think it's something small, it's really big. She committed there and she stayed there until the ABL actually folded. So Dawn was actually one of my teammates because Richmond, they wouldn't come out and watch us play or watch them play. So they moved the team to Dawn's hometown called the Philadelphia Rage. And I was a teammate with Dawn for a whole year. And at that time, Dawn was already a player coach. She was coaching us right then and there. She was coaching us when we were playing in the league, even though we had a coach. The coach of the Philadelphia Rage, who's the head coach, is Dawn's longtime assistant coach at South Carolina right now, Lisa Boyer. Right? At this point, they've been together so long, I thought they were married. But nonetheless, yeah. So Lisa Boyer is her longtime assistant. So she was coaching us when we were playing. And it was interesting because that team that year in the ABL, we did okay. But we could have did better. And we didn't, because you know why? People had too much ego. They couldn't take coaching from their peer, right? They couldn't take criticism from their peer. When me personally, I preferred it, right? I like when the coaches say stuff, but when my teammate is trying to help correct me, but also that's my same teammate that's going to have my back, right? So the problem with women's basketball and girls that I see a lot that infuriates me is too much emotions involved. Somebody tell you to get over there, get this done. Now you mad, you pump faking, don't want to throw the ball, don't want to work hard for your sister. Nah, you got to have your sister's back. So I'm going to tell y'all something about me. I never was the most talented player. I'm going to say it. I never was. I never had the most talent. But let me tell y'all what I had. And I still have to this day. I had the most heart. Ain't no team that's going to ever say that, oh, that was the realest teammate we ever had. That for sure had the most heart. These type of things are not the things that show up in stat sheets. But these are the type of things that have you be a winner, that have you on winning teams, that make the difference in the end. See, because there's a saying, and I know y'all have heard it. I know y'all have heard it, but it's just too true. People that work hard will beat people with talent that don't work hard. Let me say that again. People that work hard will beat people with talent that don't work hard. Okay? Because at the end of the day, when we get between those lines, Stacy, we'll take any questions at the end. When we get between those lines, it's a mano a mano. It's woman to woman. It's girl to girl. She put on her jersey just like you put on your jersey. Oh, no worries. Yeah. She put on her underwear just like you put on her underwear. Same sports bra. So when we get between the lines, it's going to be all about who can work hard. Who can do it down the stretch. Now my leg's a little tired. Can I go that extra mile? Can I get that last rebound? Right? Because my coach used to tell me offense sells tickets. Defense wins games, but rebounds wins championships. And let me tell you something about rebounding. I love this. See, rebounding for real don't take talent. Rebounding takes positioning. It takes boxing out. I mean, how hard is it to put your butt on somebody and push them back? So the ball, when it come down, you can get it. Charles Barkley is an undersized power forward. He led the league in rebounding before. All about positioning the heart and willing to do stuff that's dirty, right? You ain't never seen the MVP of the league be the best rebounder of the year. Ain't never won the MVP, Kev. You know that? They ain't never won the MVP. But if you talk to their teammates, guess what they are? The MVP of the team at the end of the day, because that's what it takes to win. So it's all of those small little things, really back to the fundamentals. Back to the fundamentals. I want to share a story with y'all about this and talking about rebounding. See, because rebounding, yes, it's a functional thing that we have to do in the game, but it's also something you always gonna have to do in life. You're gonna have to rebound. Juju, she gonna have to rebound from this injury, right? So the basics from basketball, the fundamentals that y'all coaches are talking to y'all about in between the lines, and it just seemed like, man, we just keep doing these same little things over and over again. I'm sick of it. But you do it so much, it becomes a B. You just do it so much, it's who you are. You do, then you have it. You just have it. It becomes second nature, right? The reason why I can be the mortgage queen is because I knew how to rebound. I got cut from the WNBA 1 hour before the deadline going into my 4th season. I had already played 3 seasons. 1 hour before the deadline. The coach used me, y'all. She had me come to the training camp, all of that, knew they were going in a different direction, but she needed my energy in the building. She needed my energy. So I think it was some other stuff going on the back end, but at the end of the day, the coach said, man, we like you a lot, but we going in a different direction. I said, Bama, you knew that when I came to this training camp this morning, so don't play with me like that. But at the end of the day, you know what? It's all good because guess what? Markita know how to rebound. Markita know how to pivot. I know how to do all these things in real life. So this ain't no big deal. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was all good. I had a whole 5-year career playing professional basketball total. Now it's time to pivot and move on because all of those things I learned in playing basketball are transferable into real life, right? So it's not like the things that your coaches are talking to you about, it seems like it's trivial. It seems like it's just a game. No, but guess what? Guess what else is a game, people? Ladies, life is a game. And guess what? When we play games, what do we do at games? We keep the score. There's a winner and a loser. And whether you're going to be on one side or the other of this game of life, of that game of basketball, is going to go back to how well you master the fundamentals, how well you can rebound, how well you can pivot, how well you can come and bring the energy and be focused when you're in between the lines, right? I hate dealing with kids today in basketball. I coached the middle school team around the corner from me where my kids used to go. And I said, man, I'll never do it again. And they was like, but you have so much to share. I said, I can't do it. I told him, Coach King, I said, this ain't for me. God bless you guys that are willing to coach. I said, because these kids not serious, right? They out here staying in shape for soccer. They staying in shape for volleyball. They playing basketball to stay in shape for another sport. Nah, I'm that person. You either going to be all in or all out or not ever on my court. And they wasn't ready for that because guess where I live? Out here in the suburbs, right? Ain't nobody hungry out here. What happens when you get hungry? All right, maybe it's just me. What happens when you get hungry? When you get hungry, you get hangry, right? You get angry. I call it hangry, right? You get hungry, you start getting angry, right? Yeah, nobody out here is hungry. Everybody out here full. Ain't nobody angry when they lose a game because they about to go home and eat. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing. Right? The reason why we used to come out, so I hated it. I hated it. I was like, oh my God, these kids not hungry, nothing. They in between the lines. Everybody want to play around and stuff. No, when we in between the lines, none of that. Ain't no friends. Right? Everybody nowadays is buddies and stuff. Nah, ain't none of that. Can't be. Right? Because that's how you have to carry it if you really want to take it to the next level. Right? To be one of the top 80 players on a team in the country and everybody else trying to be there, I can't be nobody's friend. I'm going to tell y'all right now, I am not a nice person. Okay? Just know that. I'm not nice. I wasn't nice on the court and I'm not nice in real life. I'm kind. I'm respectful. I respect you. But I'm not nice. But the players today want to be nice. Nice ain't gonna get it. Nice to keep you in shape for volleyball, but nice ain't gonna get you to the next level, baby. And now it's a transfer portal, and I'm not telling anybody to do anything mean or anything like that, but I'm just saying being nice, being soft, not willing to do that extra thing, the grit, the stuff that's not in the stat sheet, you're not playing on the next level. Okay? Just know that. You're wasting your time. If you can't commit to that, you out here wasting people's time. And that's why I didn't like coaching them, because my time is very valuable, right? If I calculate my time, I won't even say what it really costs an hour. And I'm out here volunteering, trying to help you get better because you say you want to go to the next level and you can't even do the small things. Oh, hey, no way I'm coaching. Not at all. Not at all. Because they were like, yeah, you keeping it too real for us. I forgot I was out in the suburbs, Kev. I forgot. I done migrated the family. We don't live in Detroit now. We live in Dumfries, the new D. So I'm out here. I forgot where I stayed at. Right? So it's a reason why when y'all show up to them little tournaments and y'all see that one little team who uniforms ain't matching. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got on different shoes. They looking real crazy. But I bet you they gonna beat y'all every time. Because guess why? They hungry. They not nice. And they actually angry at this point. Right? So we was that team in Detroit. We see them little kids coming from the suburbs. Everybody got their whole uniforms matching. They looking real sweet. Until they got on the court. Then we came and we ate. You always talking about somebody ate. We came and ate them up because we was willing to go the extra route. I'm willing to dive out there and get that last pass to get that ball. I'm willing to beat you to the spot. I'm willing to do that. I'm willing to box you out so far on the rebound, I'll box your butt all the way back to the 3-point line, right? I'm willing to do all of those things that ain't flashy. See, everybody want to do a crossover, pull back, shoot the three. Nah, I'm taking you to the rack every time. I ain't even gonna shoot no threes because I know you can't guard me. And when you come to guard me to block my shot, I can't dunk, but I smack board on you. Don't even jump, Slim. You know what I'm saying? Don't jump. Don't do it. But nah, everybody want to be cute now. So if you want to take it to the next level, it's almost got to be ugly. It's got to be ugly sometime. It's got to be boring. It got to be almost just the consistent small things every time. And once you do it enough, though, ladies, this is the beauty of it. Once you do it enough, it becomes second nature. It just becomes who you are. You don't even got to think about it. Sydney just got beat on the play. Already know. Hey, Hughes got my back. Because this is what we do. We already know the angles we got to be at. Already got my back. So I ain't even got to worry about it because I know my teammate, my sister is my keeper. Am I my sister's keeper? Yes. So if she get beat, instead of getting frustrated, I'm gonna make sure I move over and my another teammate coming to have her back. And just because she got beat, she ain't giving up on the play. Because then that means she letting me down. She coming back in to snatch that rebound, start the break, and go ahead and win the game. And that's how every play got to be. It's almost like you got to be thinking about not just yourself, your team. Your team. And when I mess up, stuff happens, but who's there to have my back? See, they always say, together everyone accomplishes more. Teamwork. It's true. Teamwork makes the dream work. It's inevitable that things are going to happen in the game, but how you react is what's going to determine, whether you win or lose. Basketball is a game of runs, right? You might start the game off, they blowing y'all out 10-0. Coach calls that timeout. That's when you got to come in and do this one thing that I told y'all about in life. What did I say? Another thing. You got to pivot. Right? So now they hit us up. So yeah, you got to pivot. So what's going to happen? And this is where we used to detonate teams. We go on a 10-on run. Coach called a little timeout. Everybody in the thing bickering, head down. Oh man, the game plan ain't working. Okay, it ain't working. So all right. So now that means it's time to pivot. Now you in the scene. So now you can either go back out there and get blew out 20-0 or 20-2, or now we come back out and we make our run. Because now we had to pivot. We just seen what they got. Or we could come back and have our head down and be all worried. But guess what I just told y'all? Offense sell tickets, defense win games. It don't take a lot of talent to play defense. For real. It take this. It takes some heart. It takes some grit. It takes some, you ain't about to embarrass me out here. Ain't nobody about to be crossing me over and doing all this and that and dribbling and all fancy in my face. Never. Nah, I'll foul you first. Because you ain't going to score like that. And if you do, guess what? I know you earned that. Make them earn it, right? I ain't just going to give it to you. It's a no layup rule. In my mind, ain't no layups. Now, I'm not fouling like, out of control, but I'm definitely going to try to make it so you don't make the shot if you get by me, right? I'm definitely going to try to make it, hey, I'm trying to block it, I'm trying to stop it, I'll make you earn that, right? But that's what be funny to me because it's like, we'll just lay down and just give up. And when you do that on the basketball court, how you do one thing is how you do everything. You about to go through life just laying down. And guess what? This life will run you over. It will run you over. It really will. Right? So all of this stuff from basketball is how I conduct business today. Right now, they'll tell you, oh, Markita, the queen of mortgages? Yeah, she's going to keep it real, relevant, and raw. And that's allowed me to be a success, a 23-year mortgage veteran, now a success in a town called Dumfries, Virginia, which I'm sure y'all never heard of, because I certainly haven't. So from Detroit to Dumfries, Hoop Dreams, the mortgage queen, and it all started from the foundation for me of this sport that I absolutely love. This is my boo right here. Basketball is my boo, right? I ain't trying to be booed up. We booing up right here. Yep. This my LMA booed up. Yeah. So I'm like, if you gonna play the game, why not play it at the highest level? Why not play it at your best level? Every person on the team is not be a star. Everybody has a role that they have to play. In my daily life and business, I have a role as the mortgage person that I have to play. I just play that role at the highest level. But I promise you, ladies, if you embrace whatever that role is and be the best you can be at whatever that role is, y'all going to have way more wins than y'all have losses. And I'm going to close with this. When you do lose, do y'all even know how to lose the right way? Probably not. I just talked about it a little bit. You're going to take some L's. Some teams just going to be better. It might just be their night. But do you even know how to lose? See, we took losses, definitely. But I also had to be able to look at myself in the mirror after that loss and say, were they just better? Were they just more talented? Were they talented people that work hard? Did I do everything I could do to help my team win? And if I could answer yes to that, then I felt like I could take the loss. See, I find that people, when they lose games, then after the game, they crying and stuff. They crying because they know they didn't do the work. They crying because they know they could have played better. They crying because they know they wasn't focused. They crying because they know they could have took that extra step, but they let their mind tell them they was tired. That's why they crying. So I hold my head after a loss if I know I did the work. If I know I gave it my best. If I know I tried to box out every time and not just let the girl go by me because I gave up on the play. If I can know I did that, it's all good. It's called failing forward. There's a saying, good times make weak men. Well, guess what, ladies? It's the same. So sometimes good times, winning, great game, make us weaker. Sometimes you need to take a loss. See, because loss and bad times, that make us strong. If we're willing to learn from it. If we're willing to learn from it, that's when we get better. Because when you win, you're not really checking for, damn, could I have done this or not? You're not really checking for it because what? Y'all just blew them out by 20. So you really wasn't even checking for, man, did I really do? Did I box out? Did I get in position? Was I ready? Did we run the play like we needed to run it? Did I pivot when I need? You ain't checking for it because you winning. Everything seems sweet. But everybody got a plan till you get punched in the face. So then it's like when you punch in the face, you're either going to have to pivot, move, and then you start looking at, dang, did I do the little stuff that I could do? Right? So I hope y'all got something from this. I hope y'all can just feel my passion through the Zoom for this. See, like I said, you can go to the next level just by the fact of the energy you bring in the room. The way you raise the frequency of the team. Like that coach knew probably at the beginning of the season that they wasn't going to keep me because it was very political. But she knew also, man, I need to have that energy on. I need to have that frequency that all the way up out here. Right? And it wasn't about rah hype. I brought the energy up because I was bringing the energy on every play. I was going hard on every play. If I'm on the court, I'm going hard. I never started a game. That's a lot. I started 2 games in the WNBA. Okay? One of them was the playoff game. Only time to play. Well, first time the Mystics had went to the playoffs. Ended up being a starter in that game. Right? But my whole career was built on, my whole career professionally was built on coming in and raising the energy, raising the level. And guess what? You actually need that. See, because it ain't really about who start. It's about who finish. Now, I finished many of WNBA games on the court. Now, didn't really started too. But finished. Ain't how you start, how you finish. Right? So I would come in and bring those intangible things. Those things that make all the difference. If 2 teams are matched up and they're equally talented, the one person that's willing to go that extra mile, that's willing to say, you know what, I ain't tired. I'm going to box out. I'm going to get down here and play defense. I'm going to beat her to the spot. That's the team that's going to win. If you throw it all out, who got the most heart? If talent versus talent, who got the most heart? Who wanted the most? I played on this team in the ABL called the Columbus Quest. That was the year after I played with Dawn in Philadelphia. Y'all, these were the hardest practices. To this day, I see that man face and I'm a little bit scared. If I saw this dude in public, I promise you I'm going the other way. If I see Brian Agler in public, I ain't even speaking. I'm scared that dude might make me run a suicide right there in the Walmart. Okay? These were the hardest practices I had ever been in. And I was like, man, I wondered why though. But guess who had won the ABL championship 2 years in a row? The Columbus Quest. And know why? I found out why. Going into that third season, I found out why. Their practices were so hard that by the time they got to the game, we was out there like professional women's basketball playing a high school team. Okay? That's how it went. And that's how it was. And then I figured out why. And it wasn't long. He was very structured. 90 minutes. 90 minutes of going hard. By the time the game came, it wasn't no sweat. They were ready for the games. You wanted to play the games. We literally ran practice with no fouls. Talking about boxing out, we had a drill, y'all. This dude would put the ball, boom, in the middle of the thing, and then whoever's behind you, you turn around and you got to box him out. I don't care if it's a guard behind him, a center behind the guard, or whatever, and he would count. And he would count, had to blow the whistle. So you had to keep them away from the ball, your 3 against their 3, for at least 5 seconds. And that seemed like it's hard. And they trying to get the ball, you trying to get the ball. You had to box them out. Couldn't let them get to the ball. Got to the ball, you got to run. Yeah. Oh, and then when you got to run, I ain't talking about no suicide in 30 seconds. Get back here in 25. You got to do it down and back. Ain't no 12 seconds. Get back here in 9 or you're going to keep running until you did it. Yeah. But guess what that'll breed? Success. They were the champions. Games were easy. So I'm just going to challenge you all, whatever role it is that the coach gives you to play, that you guys give it your all when y'all get between those lines. Okay? Can y'all promise me that? Can y'all at least do that? If you're just supposed to be the best shot blocker or the best screener, then I want you to go out there and be the best screener. The best screener. Perfect screen. We had one girl, all she could do on our team was play defense. When she got the ball, she was going to steal it because that was the only role she had. The coach told her, if you dribble the ball, Elise, I'm taking you out. And she embraced it. So when we needed a stop at the end of the game or whatever, guess who we put in? Elise was the real MVP of our championship team on the slide. Because when it came down, she got the ball and she ain't trying to do no more than what her role was supposed to be. She got the ball for us. She ain't dribbled. She stopped, waited on me to come get it as the point guard and set up the play. But if she don't get that stop, we don't get the ball, we don't get to go down, make that last winning shot or that last play or hold the ball or whatever it is that we need to secure the victory. So Elise don't even know how crucial she was. Yeah, I might have been Miss Basketball, but she was Miss Basketball. For real. You feel me? So just take that. I hope I gave you something, whatever it was that you were supposed to hear today. Embrace it, move forward with it, and let's rock. And I had asked Cal that, hey, I said, you know what? I don't even want no parents on the call. But I was like, you know what? I'm tripping. It's all good because, our parents love us. They love us. So they want to be soft on us. So it's okay, Jody. Nah, no, it ain't. It's not okay, right? Sometimes, we want to live our dreams through our kids and stuff like that. Nah, this you and your journey right now, right? So they tell us we might be better than what we really are. Nah, Slim, you're going to fool around and find out. You're going to fool around and find out. Because you're going to run up against that person that's hangry, and they did the work, and you ain't do the work, and now you're going to be them folded before you even get out there. Right? So sometimes I love the parents. Thank you for allowing us to have the kids, but you got to let us have the kids. Right? And just, so embrace it. Embrace it. All right? So that's really all I got. If y'all have any questions, let me know. I'd love to answer them. Ava, thank you very much. You're very welcome. I'm just glad to share. I got 1,000 stories I could share with y'all, but in respect of time, your parents' time, I don't want to keep you on here long, but I hope y'all understand where I'm coming from. When I say you want to go to the next level, then, hey, okay. All right. find what it is. That's your role. Be the best at it. It all goes back to the fundamentals. You know what I'm saying? To the point that you become just that. It's not, you don't even think anymore. Right? You don't have to think about it. You've done it so many times that you're on autopilot. You think Kobe thinking about something when he about to play now? You really think Juju thinking about something now? Nah, she already done the work. It's just who she is. So if you go this way, I go this way because my body just already doing that. I'm already in flow. You got me? So, yep. So that's all right. Thank you. Oh, Sydney, you're welcome. Emma, I'm glad you learned a lot. Yep. Hughes, you're very welcome. Yep. I really hope I can get to see y'all play in person one day. So that'd be cool. Yep. Yeah. Motivation and energy to put it into the games. Yeah. All of this is actually real cute. But I'm going to be very upset if Mr. Kevin comes back and tell me they still out here practicing halfway. Like, I used to could tell when the girls were going to lose the game, coach, because I see how we was warming up. I'm like, we be warming up all lazy. I'd be like, we about to get blitzed. Like, at least the first quarter's not about to go well. Mm-hmm. I could tell because we had no energy, not even in the warm up. So how you even start off? Is all there, all the energies. But when we was hitting the warm-ups, hitting the layups, yeah, I know, it's just a layup drill. But I'm going game speed in the layup drill. Because you can't turn it on and off. It's going to be how you do everything. So we start off, the drill all sloppy, I'd be like, oh, God. And guess what? 9 times out of 10, I was right. Unless the other team was just some bums. And I don't really get pleasure in beating bums. I want to beat the best. Because then that tells me where I really stand. You know what I'm saying? Y'all feel me? So, okay. I'm done. Y'all got some questions? Let me know. I really hope that I, like I said, get to come out and watch you guys play or you ladies play. And yeah. So that's that. Any questions?
Awesome. First and foremost, drop some 111s in the chat really quickly before y'all get y'all questions. I know Miss Woods got to get ready to get up out of here. We're not going to hold you hostage too long. Beautiful. Definitely want to pay homage to you, Markita. Definitely appreciate you investing time, jumping on here with us. I know you had a whole lot of stuff to do before this. I know games last night, all that good stuff. You just never cease to amaze me, man, of how thorough you are, and I'm extremely grateful for you. And I was just sitting here thinking, I was like, I'm ready to take this off and put some sneaks and some shorts on right now. Even with the ACL tear I got right now, and go put some buckets right now.
Hey, hey, go hit him. Go hit him with the pump fake step back in slow-mo, buddy.
But you got that. Definitely appreciate you like always, man. If anybody for the next 5 minutes or so, if you got any questions, don't be scared to ask your questions. One of the things I was always taught, a question not asked is the only dumb question. Okay, so if you have any questions, definitely share. Coach, I'm gonna turn it over to you. For you to facilitate and do what you do best. And if you got any questions, but Markita, this is Coach King right here. You know who this is.
What up, Coach?
What's going on, girl? How you doing?
I'm great.
Amazing. So before I actually go, we do have a question for you. Looks like, I believe that's Natalie. She asks, how do you prepare for a game? That's a great question.
It's an absolutely great question. And listen, Natalie, this is why I'm almost jealous of y'all. Like, I wish I could go back in time, right? And have the resources that you all have. I'm almost pretty sure I would have been, even though I don't know who or what I would have been. We didn't even used to have a real great routine to prepare for a game. You know, if I knew all the stuff I know now about rest, about recovery, about breath work, about the right food, we were out there baking people on McDonald's and and ho-ho cakes, right? But I will say personally, one thing I always did before a game was visualization. Visualization. So I would visualize myself in the game, what I want to happen. If this happened, where I was going to be. Almost like always already playing the game. So I would be manifesting what I wanted to happen. And it used to scare me sometimes because I used to be like, yo, this, and that. And then I'd be like, dang, that really did go down like that. So I would visualize positive outcomes. I would visualize stuff happening and how I was going to be or what I was going to do during that time. So a lot of it was mental preparation. So they tell you a lot of it, the game is more mental than it is physical. It's somewhat true. It's somewhat true. It definitely has something to it. So more so in my mind, playing out positive outcomes, Natalie. That's what I used to do.
Yeah, that's strong. Ladies, any more questions?
Any other questions?
Remember, every time we do a Zoom call, it is very interactive. So, don't hesitate to say anything in the chat or unmute yourselves. And, say your piece.
I got a question for you real quick, Markita, because I know we had this conversation before, and there was a situation that you were in where you had to really hustle and bustle in order to get the spot on the WNBA team, if I remember. Right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, so yeah. So in two different rounds. I mean, I told him I played in the ABL and everything, and the tryout, the numbers kept going down, and I mean, never kept going down. They kept bringing in fresh legs. Ladies, when it was time to get drafted, do you know that Bama didn't call me? I got a letter in the mail from this team called the Portland Power. I don't know if y'all know geography. Y'all should. Y'all go to them good schools. Detroit and North Carolina and all that is on this side. Portland is way on that side. That way. All the way to the west and up. Right? Northwest. So I got a letter that asked me that I want to be a practice player for the team since I wasn't drafted. And what that means was I would help them to prepare. And if somebody was to get injured or anything, then basically I would be inserted into the lineup and could get a check then. Yeah, they was like, we're not going to pay you. We want you to be a practice player with us, first year of the league, blah, blah, blah. So what was my immediate answer? What did my ego say right away? It said some bad words. It said no. Okay, I'm going to say the politically correct thing. It's like, practice player? I ain't no practice player. We're talking about practice? Nah, Slim. And I'm going out here to Portland. I don't even know. Seriously, nah. I'm good. So I had to step back, though, said, well, wait, Markita, you said you want to be a professional basketball player, and this the route you being given. What you going to do? Mm-hmm. So when you go to college and you're an athlete, we didn't have NIL, so you didn't have money. When you graduated, you ain't had nothing. You broke for the most part, unless your family loved you enough to give you a gift for graduating from college. So you ended up having money in that way, but athletes couldn't work. So that's why the NIL stuff is actually fairly important, because you really are almost on a job. It is a job at that level, seriously. So at the end of the day, Kev, I took a one-way flight on Southwest. If y'all ever flown Southwest, it used to be that one plane seriously might make 4 stops before you got to your destination. So I had a one-way ticket that my cousin gave me the money to fly out one way to Portland. And it was basically like, I ain't had no way back. Either I was going to make the team and start getting the check when that time came, or I was just about to be out there in Portland, sitting on somebody's front porch, shooting jumpers in their backyard until they told me to go away. So I took a one-way flight out there to Portland, and the rest is history. But I went out there and was the practice player and was giving people business every day in practice, to the point the coach was like, oh my God, we really need to get Jennifer off this contract and get you in the contract, because man, this is looking like night and day right now. But it was nothing they could do because contractually. So somebody did end up getting injured I didn't injure them. They just got injured. I got onto the roster, and that's how I actually started my professional career. All of a sudden, the ABL closed down because of the pressure from the WNBA. WNBA had one season. This thing is about to go off on here, y'all. So it's telling me it's going to close. But I made it.
You got any last words to end on, Coach?
Yeah, man, I just want to say that was amazing. Just from the energy that she spoke with and all the information that she shared with you all from her experience, some hurdles she had to run into and leap over, and just what her dedication and hard work, did for her, not only with basketball, but in life. So ladies, I hope y'all took something from this call. Whatever you learn, I'm excited to hear about it at our next practice, and I'm excited to see y'all apply whatever it is that y'all learned as well. So y'all enjoy this Saturday. Like I told Kev, I was gonna rest today. I'm booed up with my boo right now, the basketball blanket. But I'm about to suit up and go to the gym and put in some work, because that's just what the energy did for me. It makes me want to go work even harder than what I'm doing now. So y'all enjoy y'all Saturday. I will see y'all at the top.
All right. Y'all have a great day.